Okay guys, just a very quick message before the video begins. I offer one-to-one hair loss coaching. The link is in the description below. If you've been worrying about your hair loss and you want to eradicate that worry and move on with your life, then check out the link and let me know. Just before the video starts, I would like to say I would love to hear your feedback on the new type of videos I'm experimenting with, particularly filming outside. The reason behind this is to make it sound like a conversation and make it feel more natural. I've left a lot of the background noises in. Let me know what you think to this, what's good and what could be improved. And now for the actual video. Okay guys, so I think this video will help a lot of those guys out who are on the verge of deciding whether to shave their head or not. And one of the things holding them back is that they don't know how to respond to the question as to why they shaved their head once they finally done it. I think the reason for this is because they don't know how to explain to other people the drastic change in their hairstyle. And it is quite a drastic change, especially if people have only known you having hair for all your life, particularly if it's people that you've known for a very long time, and then all of a sudden you see them the next day and all your hair is gone. So how do you explain that to other people? Now, I think there's two ways that you can approach this. The first way is that you can sort of play it cool and say, you know, I wanted to try a new hairstyle. Let's go for the buzz cut, particularly because most people go for the buzz cut first rather than shaving it all off completely. You can play it off cool and say, you know, I wanted to go for the buzz cut. I fancied a change, so I thought I'd see how it looks. And I think this is an okay approach, especially if your hair loss is quite mild and it's not as noticeable to other people. Whereas the second approach is that you could actually admit to people that, you know what, yes, I'm going bald. I didn't want to, you know, stress about it any longer, so I shaved my head. In my opinion, if your hair loss is quite severe and it is quite noticeable, then I think the second option is the best one to go for, and that is just saying to people, if they do ask you, yeah, I was going a little bit thin, I decided to shave it off. The reason why I think that is the best option, that's the option that I went for personally, is because it feels very liberating to tell people that. So when people ask me why I shave my head, you know, for example, the first day I went into work and they saw me with that really short buzz cut and they said, Mike, why did you shave your head? I said something along the lines of, you know what, it was going a little bit thin, I decided to shave it off, I didn't want to stress about it. So I didn't make it anything emotional. I don't think it needs to be anything too you know, significant. I don't think there needs to be a whole story behind it. I think you can just sort of keep it quite low key. I think that is the best approach, especially if you don't want to make a big scene, and you just explain it, you know, very quickly in one line that I decided to shave it off, my hair was going a little bit thin, didn't want to stress about it, so this is the sort of new look that I've gone for. And I think that second option about just telling people why you shaved your head is because you're thinning is definitely the most liberating one. I felt like it was out in the open, I wasn't hiding anything anymore, and I felt like that was the full sort of complete journey of shaving my head. So the first step was almost shaving it, and the second part was telling people, because inevitably the questions are going to come, and that felt quite liberating to tell them, you know what, it was thinning, I decided to get rid of it and I didn't want to worry about it anymore. So from my own personal perspective and my own experience, I recommend the second option. As I said, there is the first option for maybe guys who are thinning not quite as drastically, but the second option is the best one, in my opinion. It's what works for me, and it is the one that felt most liberating. So I hope that helps, guys, and I'll see you next time.